after the game, it's the aftermath. Win or lose, we still wave our commander's flag. Riding with Went under center, making the pass. Jahan Dotson, young rookie, making a splash. That burgundy and gold, that's what we about. Jonathan Allen knocking QBs to the ground. We die hard and nobody can shut us down. Cause this is the greatest show in town. Let's go! Go, 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 go.
All right, what's good, Cardiac Commanders fans? The saga continues for the Washington Commanders. The Commanders they're injury riddled this year. This is a really, really bad year for the Washington Commanders after a successful last year. And high hopes are repeating last year, but they can't. Because the fact of the matter is they can't stay healthy. The Washington Commanders can't stay healthy, guys. I mean, no matter what they do, it takes a toll on the team. They're in trouble. They're 3-5 right now, and they go into Seattle on a Sunday night football, and then they play Detroit at home next week. The team can't stay healthy. The team is struggling, guys. The team is in desperation mode. Now, I don't know what Dan Quinn could do, but right now, to me, I would not even risk Jayden Daniels playing Sunday night. As much as I want to see Jayden Daniels play, I don't want him to play. Because the fact of the matter is, the offensive line hasn't been good. The running game has not been good. And they seem like they can't get out schemes. They blew a game last week against Kansas City Chiefs, which they should have. They had every opportunity to stay in that game, potentially could win the game, but missed opportunities. And now reported today that Terry McLaurin is out for the game. He re-injured his quad. Terry McLaurin re-injured his quad. He re-injured his quad. Terry McLaurin will be out. That is not good, guys. And now that he's out, he's probably going to miss multiple games again. He had a hell of a game against Kansas City, but now he's out again. He's out. He is out. Terry McLaurin, I really don't know what to say about this team right now. Maybe they bring in Traylon Burks to go ahead and play. I think this is going to be a time that they really going to need to put all hands on deck. And if Jayden Daniels does play, they're going to have to scheme better for him, to be honest with you. They're going to have to scheme better for him. They cannot just rely on him just to do everything. As much as they try to scheme for as much as they try to scheme for excuse me, with Marcus Mariota, they could do the same thing for Jayden Daniels, to be honest with you. They could do the same thing for Jayden Daniels, but they haven't done it. They haven't at all. And it's kind of sad to see that they do certain things. If Jayden Daniels had played, I think the Commanders will find a way to win that game against Kansas City. And we're not going to get into all of this about Kansas City with the referees. We already know what that is, but I'm looking at from the outside looking at that this team is not really – the Commanders, to me, is not really good. It's not really good this year. Yeah, we hope that we go into every game and play and win, but it's not that. It's not that at all. So it's going to be interesting. So let's listen to Rich Eisen, what he had to say about the Commanders' 3-5 struggle.
of 6-2 and 5-2 teams that are right there in positions 2 through 6. The Niners at 5-3, and the Commanders at 3-5 are currently in 13th place in conference. And Jayden Daniels can't stay healthy, and nor can Terry McLaurin. I mean, that's what happens, right? When you hold out. I mean, this may be an oversimplification. You're 30, you're holding out, you got a quad injury that knocks you out for a month, then you come back and make some great plays, and boom, all of a sudden the quad injury crops up again. He says he's day-to-day right now, which doesn't sound great. Their next game is against Seattle, and that is 100% on NBC at home, must-win territory. You cannot lose to the Seattle Seahawks if you are going to have a wild card route to the playoffs. That's your route. I'll use that way to say the word, okay? That's your route to the playoffs. Because the Eagles are sitting there at 6-2. And the way you're playing, you're not beating the Eagles the 2 times that you see them in the last 3 games of the season, wrapped around a trip to, as you can see with the Washington Commanders, got Dallas coming in. Well, those are the last 3 games of the year. So you've got to beat Seattle. You cannot not have a tiebreak situation there. So beating Seattle would be huge.
Yep.
Then you're 4-5, and you can maybe make some hay with some other games that are somewhat winnable.
Honestly, Rich Eisen is saying everything that I have said. I said this. This team's schedule down the stretch is really strong. You got Seattle, which you need to win that game. You need to win that game to stay 4-5. If you manage to beat Detroit and go 5-5, and then beat Miami and Madrid, that puts you at 6-5. That puts you in a hell of a position, because after that, you go down the line. You go down the line.
Home for Miami.
Let's go back to their schedule real quick.
Have a tiebreak.
All right, so right here, they need to beat Seattle. They got Detroit. They got Miami. Say, for instance, they win on 3. Say they go 2-3 out of that, 2 out of the 3. They beat Seattle, they beat Miami, they lose. Then that puts them what? A game out of 500. They go on the bye, come back healthy. All of them come back healthy. You play Denver. You beat Denver. You beat Minnesota. You beat the Giants. That's 3 games you're running off right there. So they're 3-5 right now. They lose to Detroit. That's 3-6. They go 4-5, 5-6. Come back 6 after the bye. They go on a 3-game winning streak. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. They 2 games over 500 before they play Dallas, Giants, and then Dallas, Philly twice. So that means you have to beat Philly once, Dallas once. That'll put you at 10. 10. That'll put you at 10. And you lose one more, that'd be 7, 10-7. That puts you at 10-7. And pray to God that gets you in the playoffs. To be honest with you, I do not see this team making the playoffs. There.
So beating Seattle would be huge. Then you're 4-5, and you can maybe make some hay with some other games that are somewhat winnable. Home for Miami. Not home for, you're in Spain against Miami. Giants, you can take care of them, maybe. Got Denver. There's some tough games ahead. You're 3-5. Got to win this game against Seattle. Certainly, if your offense is sputtering. I understand Daniels is out, but the 7 points, the fewest scored under Dan Quinn, who had this to say after the game.
Did we leave a lot of opportunities out there tonight? And you cannot leave that many chances out there and expect to win, especially against this team. Not capitalizing on the turnovers, not winning our 4th downs. They did. It was great to see us getting some of the takeaways. That's been an emphasis of what we've been hitting on. But, leaving here, you cannot leave that many opportunities out there and walk away from this place with a win.
I guess some of the positives, Lattimore came up with his first interception as a Commander. They've been waiting on that. Bobby Wagner is still Bobby friggin' Wagner. Yeah. How about this one? He became the 11th.
Honestly, the defense didn't play that bad against Kansas City. They actually played way better than I expected to play against Kansas City. The offense this time did not show up. The offense pretty much blew opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and then you allow Kansas City to get in the rhythm, which I keep telling people. Kansas City is a second-half team, and if Kansas City does not do good in the first half, you best believe they're going to be good in the second half of the game. The Commanders had every opportunity to get that game, and they choose not to. So, I don't know, man. This is going to be a tough one. I hate to say it, but 10-6 ain't going to even get you in the playoffs. Because let's go back and look at some of these teams right now. Look at this. You should have beat Atlanta. You lost by 7. You should have beat Atlanta. You should have beat Chicago. That's 2 games right there that was winnable. You beat it, those 2 teams, and guess what? You're instead of 3-5, you actually 5-2. No, 5-1. What? Let me see. Wait, 3-5. You're 5-2. Well, 5-3 rather. 5-3 instead of 3-5. So you would have been in a great position right now. A great position. Detroit's playing well. Miami, they ain't no easy feat either. Now, if you run off 3 straight games before the bye, you go on 3 straight wins, and you go 6-5 by the break, and you come back healthy, and you beat the Denver and the Minnesota and the Giants. That's 9 games right there. You 9-5. Then all you got to do is win Dallas, Philly, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 games. But they got to do it. They did it last year. They was knocking heads off last year. They got to get into it. The best way to do it is to do it. I hate to say it. The best way to do it is to do it.
I mean, they started well. And the interception that Mariota had when it went right off of Debo's hands, they were marching down the field. The first 15 scripted looked beautiful. Too many mistakes, and now they're in a hole. You're 3-5, and let's get this correct. And we held it closer here. You're 1-4 in conference. They have to win this game against Seattle. It's must win. To fall to 3-6 and 1-5 in conference, and no longer now have a tiebreak against Seattle, which might not win its division, but be good enough to be a wild card team. This is it. You want to make the playoffs? You want to follow up last year's remarkable run to the NFC Championship game with your unicorn of a quarterback? Well, that unicorn's got to stay healthy. You got to still win games, and Sunday night is must-win territory in Week 9. And if it's not, you're 3-6.
It's over. It's over.
And then you've got games against Denver and Detroit, and 2 against Philadelphia, and 1 against Dallas still to go. That is not the position you want to be in. Certainly when you're not playing like last year when you could have won a lot of those games against the elite competition. They're not looking elite at all.
Yep.
They are what they are, which is a 3-5 team that makes too many mistakes and has a quarterback that is not staying healthy enough for him for whatever reason. Hey, you made it all.
I hate to say it, I agree with Rich Eisen on that. The Washington Commanders are going to have to figure it out. If they don't figure it out, it's over with. They might as well get prepared for the draft. They lose this game, it's no playoffs, because I don't see them beating Detroit after that. And I damn sure don't see them beating – I mean, they'll beat Miami, but who to say? Who to say if Jayden Daniels do not play Sunday night, even if Terry doesn't play, if Jayden Daniels do not play Sunday night, the Washington Commanders will not win against Seattle. And I'm going to book in that. Like, comment, subscribe. Washington Commanders, Cardiac Commanders podcast, powered by Live Wire Sports Entertainment. Till the next one, we'll see.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying.